here tonight.
Yeah.
Low scoring, which I think you and I both thought was a real possibility here with Darvish and Wheeler both going, and they were both dominant. And I don't want it to take away what Yu Darvish did tonight, just how dominant Zack Wheeler ended up being, but it was a pitcher's duel.
It was, and Yu Darvish went out there and he competed the whole time, just 2 unlucky pitches that got hit really hard for home runs, and that ended up being the ball game. And this was kind of, I don't want to say it was a downer for the Padres. I mean, it is that they lost, but we kind of came into this series with that question of, was there going to be a hangover?
Yeah.
Was there going to be kind of not the same intensity from the Padres that we saw when they played the Dodgers? I was in the crowd with a couple of my friends watching the game, and they even said, you should have been here this weekend. It was so much different. It felt so much different. The energy was so much different. And that kind of gave me that first thought of, that's what I was feeling. I didn't feel like it was as big as this past weekend for the Padres.
It certainly didn't look like it. And one, the team on the field didn't do a ton to get the crowd into it.
Yeah.
But we talked about this during the game. There's a couple of different crowds. You know, there's a crowd that cheers when the team on the field does something, and there's the crowd that cheers to get their team to do something.
Yeah.
And it felt like tonight, this crowd that started off crazy. I mean, it was electric before the game. It felt like they were waiting for something to happen as opposed to helping the team get going. Because really, the Phillies hit that early home run. Bryce Harper hit that first one to make it 1-0, and the crowd really was out of it for the rest of the game. So Harper hits that early home run. Kyle Schwarber hits a home run that was the longest home run in Petco Park history.
Yeah.
488 feet. And that was the difference in the ballgame.
And we were sitting right by, I don't know if it was like the Phillies family
that
section.
Was family,
but
wives,
girlfriends. It was loud.
Yeah.
They had a small little section here, and they got it done. But also coming into this, we said if the Phillies would win if their big guys stepped up, and they did it tonight. Bryce Harper is red hot right now, and he is looking like MVP Bryce Harper. 4 home runs in this postseason. He can't stop right now. Once he gets rolling, there's no stopping him.
Yep. He's been absolutely dominant throughout this postseason, and that's what, once he came back from that injury, it wasn't the Bryce Harper that we've been accustomed to seeing, right? And then it got to the point where playoffs started, October hits, this is MVP Bryce Harper. We saw it here tonight on the biggest stage. We saw it in the DS. We saw it in the wild card round. Bryce Harper is back, and who else to get the scoring started here in the NLCS than Bryce Harper, who is extremely locked in right now. But we have to, that was the 2 scoring outcomes. Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber. Bryce Harper with the Oppo homer, Kyle Schwarber with the 488-foot home run to the upper deck, which if that was the longest home run in Petco Park history, and it got into the second row of the upper deck, unless somebody hit one into the first row of the upper deck, there's probably not been a player to hit a ball in the second deck here.
No.
That's my guess, right? Which is crazy. But, again, Zack Wheeler tonight on the mound, we talked about those offensive guys. He's an ace. And I said it a couple weeks ago. I said these two, Zack Wheeler and Aaron Nola, are the most underrated 1-2 punch in all of baseball. I've said it a couple times, and today, this morning, I caught up with John Smoltz, who I've had on the show weekly for the last couple of months, which, by the way, sick to be able to say that.
Yeah.
Asked him about these pitchers, and he said, the pitching matchups we're going to get in this series are really underrated. You look at these teams, and you think Harper, you think Castellanos, you think Schwarber, you think Soto, Machado, those names. But these pitching matchups are going to be great. And look at this. This is a 2-0, really well played. By the way, really quick ball game, which haven't even mentioned this yet. Right after this, Searching for Shohei interview special, which you just saw
recently. It is your big night. I am so excited. I know we talked about it on the show already, but it was magical. I've had a chance to follow Shohei's career closely the moment he got into Major League Baseball just by covering the Angels, but I never saw that side of it. I never got to see the perspective of why he is the way he is and kind of his upbringing and his commitment to baseball and the determination. Waking up, baseball, eat, more baseball, little bit of school, more baseball, go to sleep, wake up super early, more baseball. There is a reason he is the way he is, and just seeing the reaction from fans with you there and getting that inside look, is really special. And all you guys are going to get to see that tonight on FS1, which is really special.
If you are listening live right now, this will all come up right after this pretty much in just a little while. Searching for Shohei and interview special right now on the screen. If you're watching, there's the promo for it. This was something really special to me. So whether you're listening live and can watch it soon, or you're listening to this tomorrow morning, there will be re-airs of it. This is special. One, it's really special to be here.
Yeah.
It's really special to have that, and for it both to happen on the same night, well, that's really cool and really special. So stick around. That's coming up soon. But again, this game tonight, the atmosphere leading up to Wheeler, that was my whole point here. I don't even know how I got to Shohei, but just got sidetracked.
I like that you got to Shohei.
But Zack Wheeler was the ace that we've come accustomed to. He hardly gave up a hit, by the way.
Yeah.
One hit for the majority of the game. Absolutely dominant from Zack Wheeler. Dominant game for the Phillies. The concern for both of us was a hangover from that Dodgers series, which admittedly from Manny Machado, right?
Yep.
They had circled. This series between the Dodgers was circled. They won it. Now, can you get yourself back up? Can you get yourself back ready for a series that is quite literally bigger than the one before, but it's not against that Dodgers team that you've had to get over the hump of?
I mean, they said, multiple players, Bob Melvin said, they went out. They got Juan Soto. They got Hader to beat the Dodgers, to be able to compete with the Dodgers. And they did that. And it's hard when you set that as your goal, opposed to we got them to win the World Series. No, we got them to. I mean, ultimately, that's obviously what they want to do, but that wasn't the forefront of the conversation.
Yeah.
The forefront of the conversation was we got to beat the Dodgers.
And I think
they did.
I don't know if it's more like, I don't know if that's a feeling from the players, because obviously you're going out every at bat trying to do your best. But that is the sense I got from the crowd. And when you're the home team in a series, the importance of the crowd can't be understated. I mean, the players feel it. We caught up with a bunch of the Phillies guys on the field yesterday who get going on and on and on about how important the crowd was in Philly. And it felt like that crowd we were watching back in the studio with the Dodgers was in it every single pitch.
Yes.
And it felt like it was, okay, we did that. What can you guys do next? Make us cheer.
Yeah.
And tonight, there wasn't a lot to cheer for, but they didn't really get into it a lot. The Phillies took them out of it. Big, big, big kudos to Zack Wheeler there for taking the hitters out of it for the Padres and the crowd out of it.
Yeah, I was shocked when I went to visit my friend down in his seats, and he said, "Oh, you should have been here this week."
By the way, Alex knows everybody here.
I went to San Diego
Literally,
State. We're
everybody
in San Diego.
in the crowd is, hey, Alex, oh, my soccer coach is over there. That's my best friend. That's my sister's best friend. And
I did. I got to see a lot of homies here tonight.
There were 45,000 people here tonight, and they all knew Alex Curry. So what a...
But the biggest thing, he's like, you should have been here this weekend. It's like, but I'm here now, and this game's even bigger.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the same feeling.
Yep.
And I kind of got that. Like, I was like, oh, this is cool, but this isn't what we saw on the screen back at home when we were watching them play the Dodgers. So this is going to be really big for the Padres to split the series tomorrow. Quick turnaround. It's a day game. How big of a must-win is this for the Padres before heading to Philly for 3?
Well, you never want to say in a best of 7 that game 2 is a must-win.
Yeah.
But if you're the home team and have home field advantage and lose that first one, game 2 is a must-win. I mean, in the, in math sense, technically it's not. But you get down 1-0, you're getting ready to go on the road for 3. You have to win tomorrow. Yeah. So they have a guy on the mound that yesterday I talked about. If the Padres will win this series, Blake Snell needs to be good Blake Snell, which we know he can be. He's on the mound tomorrow. That's a big deal. They really need him now to be that guy. So, yeah, it can't be understated the importance of tomorrow's game to get a win and to at least split before you go to Philly, because if you go to Philly down 2-0, I don't think it's coming back.
I think it's hard to even pick up a game.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they win a game if they drop the first 2, then go to Philly.
Yeah.
Just from everything that we've heard. As we said, we were talking to the Phillies players, and they said you couldn't even hear yourself say things to your teammate right next to you across the field. It was so loud. We saw the phone give the warning that it was too loud.
Yeah.
that it was too loud in the stadium.
Yeah.
Like, there's just, it's hard. And they're in. Philly fans are so invested in every single play.
Yeah.
There's different kinds of fans. There's the casual fan and there's the hardcore fan. Philly are the hardcore fans.
Much less being able to talk to each other from me to you. Brandon Marsh said yesterday he couldn't hear himself think.
Yeah.
He was out in the outfield having trouble, like, clarifying his own thoughts. So I'm excited to get there. This atmosphere will, no doubt, I think they'll put up a run tomorrow. We'll get to see what that is like. But